I'm ready. What up? Let's get to it. So, some interesting meetings between Trump and Putin. Now, first off, as far as respect goes, as far as being a soldier, a warrior, you're talking about who has more experience in the battlefield. Trump never been in the battlefield, huh? Never ever, yeah. Putin, when he part of the KGB, allegedly, he got bodies, allegedly, etc., huh? So I think one of the problems with America as far as hand to hand, man to man combat, the ones in position, the so called leaders, huh? The ones who call the shots, huh? Sit back and call the shots, huh? Even though they may be pussy to the extreme, you hear me? Be scary to the extreme. Never been in the field, never been through struggle, huh? Pain, never been to war. How are you calling the shots? How are you running something when you don't even understand war, combat, etc., etc.? Can't even protect yourself, huh? Let alone protect and make the right calls for your country, right? With that being said, so Putin has real experience in the military, correct? In real street activity, huh? Correct. Allegedly, he has killed before. Being part of the KGB, I would assume you would be a true thoroughbred killer. You hear me, dog? And at the end of the day, Trump hasn't done any of that. Can Trump even throw a punch, huh? Now we see him at the UFC fights. Okay, you can applaud that. But at the end of the day, who is Trump really as far as defending this country, defending himself, being a true warrior, a true soldier, huh, with a certain mentality? Now, Trump is definitely a confident man, a man who believes in himself, a man who has certain ideas, certain logic that I tend to agree with, huh? Heavy, dog. I'm not gonna sit here and cap about that. Heavy, bro. Period. Has he done, is he going against certain things and certain entities, i.e., the food companies, the bullshit they put in food, and that's only one aspect of it, huh? You hear me, dog? So Trump is doing some good things. You can tell that he wants to, I guess, make America right again. you know, great again. Has America ever been great? You hear me? I mean, America is really a stolen land, huh? A stolen land, right, dog? If we're being real, huh? If we're being honest. So, how about making America right and wrong and realize what right and wrong is and stop ignoring it, huh? Heavy. How about that, Trump? But at the end of the day, Trump is a confident man, homie. He stands for certain manly things, which you respect it. Another thing, trying to get the bullshit rainbow coalition teachings out of the school, huh? Sexual type shit out of the school so they won't influence impressionable minds, toddler minds, homie, elementary, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know the number, you know the count right round yonder. So you gotta respect him and RFJ for doing that, homie. I don't care what nobody talking about. Are they perfect? Is it a lot of bullshit in America? Hell yeah, bro. But let's point out the good things as well as the negative. But as far as Putin and Trump goes, Putin will smash Trump, nigga. And Russia, soldiers, I mean, let's be real. Are American soldiers really ready for hand to hand, man to man combat? Some may be. But Russia, oh, them niggas over there in the cold training, homie. You hear me? 0 degree weather, nothing but boxers on, might even be naked around that bitch. You hear me, dog? You know? Real bloodshed, dog. And respect to all soldiers, wherever they're at, putting their life on the line, even though they're putting it on the line for no reason, nigga. Even though they might know why they're really putting their life on the line, huh? You hear me, dog? You dig me? You get my drift, huh? Let's be real here, man. No disrespect, right? We're just talking facts here, man. Truth here, huh? But Putin and Trump, what are they meeting for? I'm going to get into the article in some videos soon. But this will be the tell all. Will it be peace or will it be potentially World War III? I repeat again, huh? Will it be peace or will it be potentially World War III? That's the big question, homie. Who knows the 411? Who knows the scoop, the inside? Only those who know, and God, right? Some may say the devil, huh? You hear me, dog? We just being real. But Trump and Putin meeting, man, let's just dive into it and get it in. Catch me live tomorrow as well. We're going to dive deeper, baby, real deeper. But let's just check out this article real quick, man. You know, why are they really meeting? What is it about? What is Trump pushing? Is he pushing peace, homie? Is that the main goal, the ultimate goal? You hear me? Or is something fishy, sketchy going on, huh? Let's get it. Trump's meeting with Putin poses high stakes for the Ukraine war and his legacy. I wonder. Let's get it, man. What this about here? Let's see what this is here. Hold on. Give me 1 second. See what Trump talking about, man. Give me 1 second. Run it back. Run it back. You hear me?
President Trump tonight facing headwinds ahead of his planned historic meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Announcing the meeting will take place in Alaska next Friday.
Alaska. Why Alaska, huh? What's going on in Alaska? Oh, maybe they're meeting over the wall. Maybe they're talking about global warming. Maybe is it an important decision to be made? Why Alaska, though? Why so damn near the ice caps, though? Trump, Putin, huh? You hear me, dog? What's the 411, huh? What's the scoop? Oh, I must know, niggas.
Suggesting that Ukraine may have to cede some of its land is part of a peace agreement.
There'll be some swapping of territories to the betterment of both. But we'll be talking about that either later or tomorrow or whatever.
But today, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky vehemently rejecting the premise, saying we will not reward Russia for what it has done. Ukrainians will not give their land to the occupier.
So is all the peace talks cap? Because him right here, he's saying he ain't folding. He's saying Russia done too damn much. He's saying he would rather die than bow down on his knees. And at the end of the day, yeah, you want to see peace, but at the end of the day, if we're talking about war, what the country is built on, America and all these other countries are built on, war, bloodshed, pride, ego, power, nigga, never folding, measuring dick size, etc., etc. If we're talking about that, you can't get mad at the man. Oh, people want to throw up kids dying, mamas crying, little babies dying. Y'all never gave a fuck, nigga. Especially in America and everywhere else. It's kids, regular kids dying on the street, nigga. You know, getting shot, laid down. America got war all over in all poverty-stricken areas, nigga. Kids getting laid down on a daily basis, huh? Why you think they call Chicago Chirac? I repeat, why the hell you think they call Chicago Chirac, huh? Period, dog. Heavy. We gonna sit and cry now? America always worried about everybody else's business instead of fixing their own damn country, nigga. But this president here, he's saying he ain't backing down. Fuck a proposal, forget a treaty, especially if it involves them giving up land. You got to respect him for it, homie. Even if he go out in a blaze of fury, even if this cost him his country, dog, he go out like he go out. You got to respect it, though, bruh. He ain't bowing down. He ain't giving in, huh? You hear me, homie? He said, no way, no how. He got too much pride. Shit, don't every leader got pride, bruh? Come on now. Talk about pride, ego. Trump is the epitome of that, correct? Nigger.
A senior U.S. official telling NBC News that top Ukrainian officials met today with Vice President Vance, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, and White House Special Envoys Steve Witkoff and Keith Kellogg, ahead of the Trump-Putin.
All politicians are corrupt, correct? No matter what country they come from, no matter what race they are. Allegedly, gotta throw that allegedly round yonder. But aren't all politicians corrupt, eh? Oh, all right, bad.
Meeting to engage on principles of a potential proposal for a ceasefire, including possible security guarantees. NBC News now learning, according to a senior U.S. official and 3 people briefed on discussions, the White House is considering inviting Zelensky to Alaska. The Ukrainian president asserting that any deal between Trump and Putin will achieve nothing without Ukraine at the table and will be dead decisions that will never work. The president, for a second time this year, had set a deadline for Russia to enter.
So the Ukraine president, he's not playing. No, hell to the no. He ain't playing, bro. He like, fuck it, forget it. Let's go to war. I ain't giving up nothing, nigga. We got to be there for it to be straight. We got to be there to make it straight. So he's playing hardball right now. How long will he play hardball? Will he go all the way down out on his shield, out of his shield, playing hardball, or will he surrender a fold or come to an agreement?
Into a ceasefire and effectively bring its war to an end.
10 days from today.
But last night, that deadline came and went without a mention of any consequence. Instead, the president now set to welcome Putin to the American homeland in what will be Putin's first time on U.S. soil in 10 years, despite his Russian military continuing to kill Ukrainians. Overnight, Russia launching dozens of drone attacks in its continued bombardment.
So this is really crazy if you hear what that sounds like. And it's good to see, Trump and Putin combining, the USA and Russia combining, huh? But how you gonna go to their country when you bombing them without fail, nigga? Every day, every night, boom. Every day, every night, boom. Bombings, killings. They people dying. They seeing this. They crying, dog. They seeing bloodshed, huh? But at the same time, instead of ceasing fire, then pushing peace, Putin still murdering his people. At the same time talking about we want peace now and we want this and that from you. Come on, bro. What would you do? Huh? I ain't got no picture, hear me? But what would you do though, dog? What's right, what's wrong in this situation here? Or does it not matter? It's just chatter. Heavy, bro. Now, I like to see Trump making maneuvers, pushing peace, trying to make things beneficial for America. I dig it. That's what it's about. You the American president. Rep your city, rep your country, nigga. At the end of the day, huh? Make your country prosper, dog. And as we know, Trump can shake and bake some shit, pull some strings type shit. You hear me? So let's get it, bro. Boom. But it's going to be tough for that man. How can you ask and demand something from this man as far as surrender, bow down, get on your knees, your fucking knees? Something America would never do, huh? Something Putin would never do, huh? Or no other president, period, dog. A man with honor, pride, integrity, etc., huh? Pride for his country, huh, dog? Stands on his fucking word. Are you kidding me here? Let's be real. Let's get it.
And Vaughn Hillier joins us live from the White House. Vaughn, if Zelensky were invited to Alaska, could that mean all 3 presidents are going to appear together?
Gotti, it would be a staggering surprise to see all 3 presidents in the same room. Just 2 days ago, let's be clear, Putin said that Ukraine would have to meet certain conditions for him to have a direct meeting with Zelensky. But in his words, Ukraine was far.
Excuse me. And this is the thing, man. It can be peace and everyone be profitable, man. The world can be at peace, no odds, and everyone and it still be profitable, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's what the greed, the envious, the evil, the wicked don't get, bro. The humans, huh? The so-called ones in power trying to play God, dog. They feel like if it's no crime and a world full of peace that they want eats. Huh? Come on, bro. That's greed talking. That's ego talking, baby. Everyone can eat fairly, huh? A good amount of abundance, huh? Everyone can, but they demand chaos, bruh. That's the bottom line. Greedy motherfuckers, huh?
From having met those demands. Gotti?
And that's it there, homie. I believe so. But
Precise
still war?
designs.
Still
Subtle
war?
curves.
Ukraine is dying? You know what I mean, dog? See what's up. Let's read some of this. Since we saw the video, let's go down a little bit, read a little more, dog. But what is this about here? This about being bullies? Is this about peace for real? Is it about money? Is it about what, dog? Is it all cap? I'm gonna read a little bit, see what it's talking about. If it's the same as the video, I'm gonna just go ahead, cut it off. Washington. An unkept promise of Donald Trump's presidency is that he'd end the war between Russia and Ukraine in one swift diplomatic master bam. Trump made threats. He applied pressure. Still, the bombs keep falling. The casualties continue to pile up. Hey, that's Putin for you, dog. That's Putin for you, homie. But you got to respect Trump for trying to push the peace and end war. You know what I'm saying? Got to respect him for that, dog. No way around it. Whether you like him or not, how you feel about him, when he does good, get a man props. When he do bad, get on his ass. You're going to get on his ass anyway, nigga. Period, homie. I could care less about politics or politicians. I know it's all wicked. It's all a game, gimmick for the most part. Now, do you have a few good ones? Maybe a few good men and women? Potentially, but not really. They all playing the game, nigga. Huh? You know what it is. You saw how they did JFK, broad day. That's all I gotta say. You saw how they did JFK, broad day. Trump may, okay, read that part. Now, Trump is betting that a face-to-face meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin will yield the elusive breakthrough and possibly quell concerns among voters about his handling of war. So Trump basically believes face-to-face, him and Putin can come to terms and work out an agreement. Man, come on now, Trump. What's face-to-face gonna do? I mean, what? Fill his energy? Fill his vibe, nigga? Maybe more realistic, more human-like? But at the end of the day, Putin gonna do what Putin want to do. And it's real smoke between Russia and Ukraine. And as you can see, the Ukraine president ain't having no peace treaty, nigga. You know, he don't care how he go down. He want war too. He like, hey, how y'all gonna come over here and just say when y'all gonna stop and tell me not to do this and give up this, and now y'all want peace because it's convenient for y'all niggas. Y'all motherfuckers still bombing my country. How he supposed to feel, dog? You hear me? You know, that's the tough part about it, dog. Period. But a face-to-face meeting, will that solve everything? Will he get through Putin's thick skull? Probably not, bro. I ain't buying it. And why Alaska? I must know why Alaska. What's over that wall around yonder, huh? The summit taking place Friday on friendly turf, the red state of Alaska. Oh, neutral, so everyone feels safe. All right, we're going to see. We know it can still be dirty play, though, dog. Amounts to one of the biggest gambits of Trump's second term. Hosting the meeting raises expectations that he'll stop the fighting. The president faces traps in sitting down with Putin, who is well versed in the territorial issues at stake, but he also enjoys economic and military leverage. Creating a durable peace that will preserve Ukraine's independence will test the deal-making skills that are Trump's point of pride. If you roll into the meeting not prepped, you can get jammed by Putin, said Michael McFaul, who is U.S. ambassador to Russia in the Obama administration. We know what type of joke the Obama administration was, huh? Heavy, homie. Summits are to achieve an objective that advances American national interest. They're the means to end. They're the means to end. And I sometimes feel that Trump feels the meeting is an end in itself. Okay. Let's get it then, homie. We gonna see. Period. Yeah. Inside the Trump administration, a national security official acknowledged that forging a peace accord won't be easy. One of the combatants won't be at the table. Ukraine President Vladimir Zelensky, who has refused to relinquish territory to Russia that was illegally annexed. You know what I'm saying? Once again, Ukraine ain't finna play. Vladimir ain't finna play, homie. You know, however it go, he say he ain't finna play. He go out fighting with a bang, homie. Letting his nuts hang, homie. You hear me? Straight up. You know? How much more we got here? Let me see what the video talking about, man, because, you know.
Here's the scoop from NBC News, a new podcast where conversations and headlines are served daily.
More breaking news tonight. The president announcing the location of his upcoming high-stakes meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin, posting moments ago that it will be here in the United States. I want to bring in Andrea Mitchell now. And Andrea, what do we know at this hour?
Tom, the president late tonight announcing on Truth Social he will meet with Vladimir Putin next Friday in Alaska. It's going to be the first time Putin will be on American soil since a UN speech in 2015. And
so Putin kind of out of bounds. You hear me? Yeah, we talking realistically. Putin kind of out of bounds, you know. First time on American soil, allegedly. So hey, who never know? Whoever know what could really go down? You know, it could be assassins around, dog. You never know. It could be hitmen around, dog. You hear me? Shooters, snipers, boom, all that, bro. Make some room, nigga. We know how it go, man. At the end of the day, it's politics. You know, president versus president. Don't forget the corruption, the extortion, the fuckery. You hear me, dog? The true fuckery. You know what's up, bro. So basically, same old story. So I ain't even probably really got to read the rest of this, dog. Let's check out a little bit more. Whether or not there's a breakthrough in the next week or two, we'll find out, said the Trump administration official, speaking on condition of anonymity. Ultimately, Putin and Zelensky have to be able to agree on something fundamentally. Third parties can do anything they want, but these two men have to agree to things. Sitting in a room with Putin, a canny negotiator in his own right, Trump may be lured into endorsing a peace deal that carves up Ukraine, foreign policy experts caution. I worry that in the eagerness to look like a peacemaker, Trump will say, yeah, that sounds like a good idea to me. McFall said. Putin will say, Donetsk, a city in eastern Ukraine, was always part of Russia. And Trump will say, you're right about that. So he's basically saying, Putin, if Trump is not prepared and ready and coming in there sideways and half cocked, Putin is a swindler, dog. He's a real criminal at the end of the day, dog. No disrespect, but it's what it is. A real gangster, huh? A real gambler, right, dog? Heavy, bro. Damn near a pimp, right? So he thinks he gonna persuade Trump and get in Trump's ear and make certain things sound a certain way, even if it's fucked up and not fair to Ukraine, i.e. the city that has always been part of Russia. So he just expecting Trump to say, oh, yeah, you're right. Go ahead, take it back. We'll give you that. It's yours, baby. So it could go a lot of ways, homie. Heavy, homie, for real, period. Another possibility is that Putin tries to stall the president further, promising concessions he has no intention of making in hopes of consolidating gains on the battlefield, one former U.S. official said. Well, if he does that, that shows you how he feels and how the disrespect he has for Trump. Period. Bottom line. If he tries to postpone it and set up another meeting and says everything will cease, I will stop, but then goes back to bomb Ukraine and kill more Ukraine people, then that not only shows you the disrespect he has and continues to has and hate and disdain he has for Ukraine, but the disrespect he has towards Trump, nigga, and America allegedly. Yeah, if he tell Trump, hey, all right, boom, let's postpone it, let's stall this to go further. Let's have another meeting. Until the meeting, I will cease fire. And if he don't keep his word, he calling Trump a bitch. Straight up, bro. And you will see potentially World War III, nigga. That will be what sparks World War III. Believe me. Believe me, baby. Not how ugly will it get? Who knows? But it will get ugly. And I don't give a damn. You hear me, dog? Heavy, bro. For real. But if he does that, he basically calling Trump a pure bitch. Calling his bluff. Heavy, you hear me? And that might just be what Putin on, Putin might be ready for World War, dog. You can't put it past him, nigga, KGB ex-nigga, allegedly. You know how they get down. They don't fuck around. They ready for it, boy. They'll die for it, boy, you hear me? Huh? Wicked game, man. Putin may try to divert President Trump from Trump's goal of stopping the war and establishing a ceasefire by promising things later, said William Taylor, who was charged the affairs at the U.S. Embassy in Ukraine during Trump's first term. Then Putin continues to fight and continues to kill Ukrainians. Here we go. No matter the outcome, Putin comes away with at least a symbolic victory. He's getting a large, bright stage at a time when he's an international pariah. 2 years ago, the International Criminal Court issued an arrest warrant for Putin, accusing him of war crimes involving the abduction of Ukrainian children. The warrant substantially limited potential locations for the two world leaders to meet. President Trump, just by going to a meeting with Putin, who for most of the democratic world is a rogue, imperialist dictator, is giving him legitimacy, McFall said. So basically they're saying they're really, Trump will benefit as far as the clout. People go and watch the views, the media, Guapino, Federale, the fame, the notoriety. Ain't that damn sad, bruh? President setting up meetings worried about fucking notoriety and popularity. All right, bet, boom, man. It shows you this is one big monopoly, huh? Heavy, bro, for real. The summit will inevitably invite comparisons to one held in Helsinki in 2018. A joint news conference with Putin that year, Trump came off as eager to forge a personal connection after years of icy bilateral relations between the USA and Russia, citing Putin's denial of interfering in the 2016 presidential race. Trump said at the time, "I don't see any reason why it would be Russia that meddled in his victory over Hillary Clinton that year." He later claimed he had misspoken, affirming that he believed the U.S. intelligence community's conclusion that Russian meddling had occurred, but added that there could be other people also who interfered in the 2016 election. Foul play, man. This time around, Trump is more seasoned and has grown impatient with Putin's conduct of the war. He has suggested that his wife, Melania Trump, has influenced his view of Putin, reminding him of the damage that Russia has inflicted on Ukraine. So he got the bitch in his ear. See, a lot of niggas die and become weak when they got the bitch in their ear. You hear me, dog? Now, if she is strong when a real woman with your best interest at hand, dog, but we've seen it all the time. Leaders, nigga, even so-called revolutionaries, nigga, like the bitch might make them weak or something, huh? Got the bitch in his ear. So is Trump going a little soft? Is he going a little too soft? Is he even doing too much with this meeting, huh? What is he really pushing? What is he getting out of it? You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, why is she speaking to him about war? She knows nothing about war shit. This nigga don't even know about war, dog. So how the hell his wife, soft nigga, you hear me, dog? Soft woman, you hear me, dog? Knows nothing about war or Putin, period. You know what Putin would do to her in Russia, dog? You know what they would do to her if they caught her in Russia, dog? She has no idea. You hear me, dog? Period. So Trump may be going wrong there. Listening to his wife, especially if her information, her guidance is biased, homie, period. Erroneous. You hear me, dog? For his part, Putin is more diminished. As of this summer, Russian casualties were expected to hit 1 million. If he chooses, Trump could punish Russia for prolonging the war by slapping secondary sanctions on countries that purchase Russian energy, a step he has threatened to take. Trump is in a stronger position this time than in the first meeting. Taylor said, if President Trump goes into the meeting with Putin and exercises the political, military, and economic leverage that he's got, there could be a ceasefire. Trump heads into the summit of facing difficulties at home. His administration has struggled to stem the backlash from his base over the Jeffrey Epstein case. Last week, Trump fired the head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics following a hiring report that showed weak job growth. And is he wrong for firing these motherfuckers? Huh? Is he going at Epstein? Why they mad at him for going at foul ass, corrupt, evil, wicked Epstein, nigga? So what people really mad at Trump for, huh? Homie, you hear me? Huh? You know? A recent poll from the University of Massachusetts Amherst showed that Trump's approval rating was 38%, a 6-point drop from April. He's pretty close to the theoretical floor in his polarized era for approval rating, said Alexander Theodroidis, director of the poll. Among Trump voters, support for his handling of Russia-Ukraine war stood at 64% compared with other issues on which they approved of his performance by significantly higher margins. Theodroidis said a total of 85% of Trump's 2024 voters approved of his performance on immigration issues, 78% favored his work on jobs, and 71% on terrorists. I'll tell you right now, yeah, the fact that he cutting that overtime, them taxes on overtime pay, he cutting it out. I respect that, boy, period. And I guarantee every other damn American worker, 9 to 5, whatever, every field respected, bro, who really putting that work in, nigga. Give a damn what nobody talking about around yonder, nigga. Shit, do that thing, Trump. Shit, you know, certain things, are they messed up? Do you may not agree upon? Yeah. But I'm talking about this work for the workers, nigga, who make the world go round like a merry-go-round, huh? You hear me? Pay them up. Pay up, huh? Shit, nigga, what you talking about, bro? Statecraft is a proven way for presidents to improve their standing at home. A commander in chief enjoys far more latitude in shaping events in the foreign policy arena than when it comes to domestic affairs. The summit, said Senator Chris Coons, a Delaware Democrat who serves on the Foreign Relations Committee, will change the subject in a positive way for Trump if he actually stands up to Putin and demands a just peace for Ukraine. That would be a positive diversion, Coons added, but it would be the worst of both worlds if the summit, is intended both to be a diversion from the domestic focus on things like tariffs and Epstein, and he fails to be strong. An added incentive for Trump to end the conflict could be an award that he seems to covet. His White House appears to be methodically building a case that he has earned the Nobel Peace Prize, drawing attention to various efforts to reduce tensions in global hotspots. January 31st is the deadline for nominating candidates for the 2026 prize. The Nobel Selection Committee will announce the winner in October of that year. Yeah, I know you ain't telling me Trump just want a peace treaty to look good, boy. If that's all he doing this for, man, America is doomed, nigga. If it ain't already, nigga. You hear me, homie? Believe that. On Friday, Trump held a ceremony in the White House to mark a U.S. brokered accord ending hostilities between Armenia and Azerbaijan. Questioned by reporters, the leaders of both countries touted Trump's candidacy for a prize that 3 other American presidents have won. Barack Obama was the most recent winner in 2009. Still, the peace deal between Armenia and Azerbaijan would be merely an amuse-bouche compared with ending the conflict between Ukraine and Russia, a nuclear-armed power. Putin is clearly in a weaker position, Taylor said. The invasion of Ukraine has turned out to be a disaster for him, and Trump has the cards this time. Well, if Trump got the leverage, that's what's up. Like I say, I don't care too much about it. Don't know too much about it, dog. But for some reason, they're saying Trump has the leverage. If that's so, Trump needs to use that leverage to his motherfucking benefit and to the motherfucking benefit of the U.S. You hear me? You know, and if he's smart, prepared, he will. Like they've been saying, this ain't his first rodeo, his second go around. He's more experienced, right? More vetted, right? More vetted in his approach, dog, in his knowledge. So him and Putin will battle and go to war. This will be a great debate potentially. Will I watch it? Fuck no. You hear me, dog? Period. Hell to the no. Especially that last part I just heard talking about Trump maybe just doing this because he want to win the Nobel Peace Prize award. That's why he pushing peace. That's it, Trump. I don't respect that at all, homie. That ain't from the heart, nigga. That ain't real. That's for an object, a material thing, huh? Something that's perishable, bruh. You hear me? It ain't from your soul. Something that's imperishable. Fuck out of here if that's the case, man. You hear me? Straight up. But if we're talking debating who's going to win and picking sides and choosing sides and who has the advantage, Trump better take advantage of any leverage he has. We talking real deal, Holyfield, but you know, no Holyfield, homie. Respect to Holyfield is a boxing legend, no. Heavy, homie. But at the end of the day, yeah, it's on Trump to go in there, negotiate, lay the law down, make Putin understand he has no choice and he got to play fair ball, you know? And if he disrespected, then it could get ugly for real. I'm talking bloody. Hey, fire them comments up. Let me know how you feel about the video. You think Putin and Trump gonna come to terms? Will it be peace amongst Ukraine and Russia? Man, big warrior here. Babylon, stay away. Yeah. Wicked. Yeah.